good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live edition of Legends from the Past and the Future show. We have a guest host tonight, Roger. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Everything is lovely.
My
Trying to hang on in there, keep up with y'all young folk. You know, our host is one of them young folk. I guess he a young folk.
hey, look, we got a guest host tonight, man, and his name is Kenny Adams. Kenny, how you doing, my brother?
Good, brother. Good, brother. Thanks for the invite. It's always a pleasure to work with you guys, to see you guys again, man. Always a pleasure, bro. How you been?
Hey, man, I can't complain at all, man. Once I found out that you was this brother's best friend, man, how can I not?
Yeah, that's my guy. That's
what that was.
Major?
Y'all was friends from. Let me see, what was that neighborhood? Annapolis Garden, right, Kenny? Y'all was friends.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We played Annapolis Crusaders together.
Oh, that's what I'm talking. Not Spy Road, though, right?
Huh?
Not Spy Road. They ain't had nothing to do with Spy Road.
No, nothing to do with Spy Road. No. We don't even know where was Spy Road was, in what direction. I don't remember.
Going down the hilltop lane where all the white people live at.
Hey, look, we only had road trophy winners and all Americans, and that's what we had. That's what we produced out of Spar Road, fellas. Come on now.
Y'all produced. Well, I mean, y'all had some great athletes.
Y'all did.
Kevin Slade. That's just my opinion. Probably was the best.
City of Annapolis as a whole.
Annapolis ever had was Kevin Slade.
Exactly. It's Command Sergeant Major. The city of Annapolis as a whole has a lot of what I call unsung great athletes. A lot of great athletes.
Sure did.
Absolutely.
And you know my favorite was Eric Wright. That boy was something else.
He's the beast, man. I gotta say one thing though, man. I gotta. This is me reaching out to. I made a comment. on Facebook about a person that's running for mayor. I haven't yet decided who I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for, even though people seem to know which direction I'm going. But maybe the comment that I made was inappropriate, But what I am going to do is we had one person on the show, Rhonda Pendell. I'm going to extend the invitation to Jared Littman. If you're out there listening, let's talk and let's get you on the show so we can get your side, your view on why you should become the mayor of Annapolis and whatever else you can do for the city of Annapolis. So let's talk. Let's get this done, okay? We have a guest today. We have a powerhouse guest tonight, fellas. His name is you know what? He's from Annapolis Gardens.
Yes, he is.
Well, is he? Oh man, yes, I'm surprised. I'm shocked, overwhelmed, hoodwinked.
He's from Annapolis Gardens. Jack Abrams, welcome to the show. But without further ado, we're going to bring this brother to the floor. Deja, let's bring Coach McKinney in.
Graduating from Annapolis High School class of '84, he made his mark early on the football field. He studied sports medicine at BCCC, then went on to coach basketball at Hollywood Academy of Arts and Science in Florida from 2000 to 2008. In 2009, he took the gridiron at Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida, coaching through 2018. Now he's mentoring the next generation at Springdale High and Lakeside Junior High in Arkansas. A coach, a motivator, a legend. This is Darryl McKinney, and he just might be headed back to where it all began.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Coach Darryl McKinney.
Well, there we
What's
go.
up, Coach?
Welcome, brother. What's up, Coach?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
How you feeling
tonight, show, bro?
Appreciate that. Thank you for having me. It's my honor.
It's a pleasure to have you, bro. Now, what we do on the Legend from the Past and Future show, we travel back. So, tell us where you were born and raised, Coach.
From Annapolis, Maryland. I was born down in Naval Academy, actually. Grew up in Annapolis Gardens. Of course,
I said whore.
Say it again.
AG
I said whore.
Yeah, from Annapolis Gardens.
Let's keep that moving now. All right, let's keep that moving, Coach. Keep it going.
So, went to Annapolis, came out in '84, left then and went to Florida. You know, as my bio say, and the rest is history. I lived in Florida for approximately 25 plus years. Then now I'm out in Arkansas. Here I am.
So now, growing up in Annapolis, what are some of the things that you were doing while growing up?
Well, you know, Kenny can attest to this. We come from Sandbox all the way up. Shout out to Kenny Belt. First of all, shout out to Kenny Belt.
Rock.
Yeah, Kenny Rock got it all started for me. I always he introduced me to sports, football. He was we was any typical kids playing football out in the streets and like everybody else, you know, just normal stuff. But what I'm most proud of, I came from a community that we was, you know, it was a lot of unity back then, a lot of love and stuff back then. So it was fun times for me back then. That's what I remember. Yeah.
So now you played football. Did you
Yes,
play
sir.
basketball also?
For Bates. I played basketball for Bates for Coach Jones. If anybody remember Jones. You know, Kenny, I know you remember Jones.
Coach Jones, yeah, John Jones, the art teacher.
Yeah, Coach Jones.
Yeah.
And, from there, after I went to senior high, you know, I knew football was just, once I got on the field, that was my love right there. It was my passion. I didn't even want to, of course, I played basketball on the side, summer leagues and things like that, but I knew I was a football player, period.
So now, were you a Fighting Panther?
Absolutely. Go Larimore. Shout out to Larimore.
Yes, rest in peace.
So now, who did you look up to? Who did you feel was a mentor to you while growing up?
Well, like I said, Kenny Belt was the driving force behind introducing me to sports, period. You know, I always looked up to him and watched him as he moved around the neighborhoods and how he worked well with kids, how he took his time out to, you know, help us and introduce us to sports, and which kept us out of trouble in some situations, you know, and things like that. So right then and there, you know, I took a gravitating to that, and I was like, I want to be like him, you know. So it seems like it's translated over into my doghood because, you know, that's what my passion is now.
Awesome. Now, did you go to college?
Briefly. I went to BCC down in Broward County, Florida. Kenny knows that area. That's the county that I lived in down in Florida, Broward County. So I briefly went there. I never played any football in the college atmosphere, but I had the knowledge. You know, I from high school, along with studying my craft. You know, I knew that I wanted to be a mentor. I knew that I could provide kids with the things that they needed, because I was telling myself, since I couldn't make it, let me pass that knowledge and wisdom and see if I can push another kid that could possibly make it.
Awesome. Well, you know, I'm gonna pass it over to Roger and Charles James. Welcome to the show, but we didn't need that AG for life banner down there, my brother. But you know, it's good to see you, bro. Welcome to the show. On you, Roger.
All right, Charles James, appreciate AG for life, my brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, the army be complaining, but if you was from Spy Road, it could be Spy Road stuff all over the doggone place. You know. First of all, I mean, Annapolis Gardens was a great place to grow up in. You know, because everybody parents looked out for all the children. You know, you couldn't say anything to anyone's parent disrespectful. And the reason that was because, one, the times and the way we was raised, and number two, you got to go back. It was only one black high school, that was Bates. They all knew each other because they all went to school together. So how you going to beat that? When I did something bad, my mother knew about it before I got in the house because she got a phone call. You know? But, you know, looking at your resume is full of a plethora of accomplishments in here, man. Super proud of you, but I don't expect no less from somebody that came from Annapolis Garden. And now you say you briefly went to college. Yes. Was college always on your mind, or was just something that popped up at that time?
Yeah, it was just something that popped up at that time because by the time I got down in Florida and I had started at Hollywood Academy of Arts and Science as a middle school basketball coach. And from there, I started networking and reaching out to several people because I knew I wanted to get connected back to the football scene. And that's when the opportunity came open at Stoneman, and that's when I took it.
Absolutely. That's great. Then I was gonna say this question for last, but I gotta throw it out there since we got a full house. What made you become best friends with Kenny? You can text me if you don't want to put the answer on there in front. No, I'm just joking. Kenny's great.
That's my
go ahead and talk about y'all friendship a little bit.
Hey, that's my guy, man. What can I say? We grew up together from sandbox all the way up. We fought. We fought and all kinds of things. So, it was real good times, man. And then that bond that we just kept over the years, you know what I mean? Staying in touch with one another and stuff like that. It's just like, it was natural. So
we were actually living in Florida at the same time.
Yes. You were in Orlando though, right?
When I first reconnected with you, I was in St. Petersburg, and then I went up to Orlando. But yeah.
Okay, right.
Because you were down there long. I was down there like 15 years. You were down there for quite some time.
I didn't know you was down there like that, Kenny. But I'm going to pass it over to you because obviously y'all got more juice, between each other. So I'm passing on over to you there. Sorry, go on and take it.
Yeah, that's my big brother also. Like he said, we grew up together. We ran around together. We argued, fought. We did the things that friends do. But at the end of the day, that's always my brother. When like I said, we linked up in Florida. We talked a lot. He was down in at Stoneman Douglas at Parkland, Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. For those that don't know, that's about 30, 40 miles north of Miami, Daryl. Down at West Palm area.
Yes.
Yeah, right around that area.
Just above Coral Springs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Yeah, real.
And we hadn't talked for a little while, and then we reconnected and we talked all the time while we were in Florida. But to get to my first question, brother, when Armand first posted it, you were going to be on the show. I believe it was Jack Abrams that said Larimore loved you. You know what I mean? And I had some interactions with Coach. I didn't play football, but tell us a little bit about the relationship you had with the late great Al Larimore.
It's funny. My first day of two-a-day practices. First day over senior high, two-a-day practices. I never forget it. It was Coach Brogdon. I was on JV. First practice. It was Coach Brogdon that went to Al Larimore and told Larimore, this kid different. He don't need to be on JV. So from that point forward, he and I established a really tight relationship. And it was kind of confusing to me back then because I didn't understand that a coach that really stay in your butt is a coach that care about you. And Larimore stayed on me so much that I didn't understand then, but I do understand now, and he was real special to me, man, and I stayed close with him until he left and everything like that. But really good coach, awesome coach. By the way, he did coach Bill Belichick, so he's legendary. He's definitely legendary.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Belichick graduated from Annapolis.
Yeah, you didn't know Bill Belichick graduated from that?
I did know that.
Yeah,
He
played for Larimore and then went on to go to Wesley College. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
So Larimore is definitely legendary, man, and he great coach, awesome mind, great motivator. And he made me feel like he believed in me. And at that time, I didn't think anybody believed in me, and he did. And so, I took that and ran.
Yeah, he is, like you said, a legendary coach. He's still mentioned in a lot of conversations and a lot of coaching topics to this day, long after his death. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But what I think I know the answer to this question, but I want the people to hear what really drove you to get into coaching, especially at the level that you are now, because you're really doing some big things.
Oh man. Just like I had said, a little earlier, I got a strong passion to push another young brother or a young person to try to get to the next level, especially, when it comes to football, and I love it so much. You know, when I see young men that's locked in and they desire to get to the next level, you know, that's exciting to me. You know, it keeps me fired up over and over and over again. I look forward to the challenge of trying to elevate someone else, to push them to another level. So it's so rewarding, man, that, you know, I love it, man. I love it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And before I go, we were talking about how much of your relationship with Coach Al Larimore and how much he was an inspiration and a mentor to you. I want to also for you to tell the people about your experiences under Coach Aaron Feist at Stoneman Douglas. Aaron Feist is the coach that, for y'all don't know, he was tragically killed. I believe that was 2018.
Yes.
Daryl, he was tragically killed. You know, that's a whole other subject, and God rest his soul. But tell us about working with him and some of the things that you got with him from him.
Coach Feist, it's my understanding, he passed the way that he coached, always trying to help somebody. Coach Feist was an awesome coach. He was a solid coach. He was a good man, great husband, great father. He was just an all-around good guy. And let the truth be told, when I first got to Stoneman, I really was lost with the concept of what was going on. And he kind of sort of took me under his wing and kind of curved me and showed me what was going on. And from that point, he and I grew a bond together. You know, so it was wonderful working, you know, with Coach Feist. Coach Feist was a solid man, you know, very solid coach. I love the experience working with him. Everybody on that staff though. Shout out to Coach Mays too. Yeah, shout out. Yeah.
Absolutely, brother. I'm gonna turn it back over to Big Brother Armand. We're gonna keep it pushing. But I thank you for your time and thank you for your comments, brother.
Thank you.
So before I ask this question, bro, I gotta give a shout out to my wife. She's on the show looking tonight, watching, keeping an eye out. Andrea, thanks for joining us tonight, baby. I'll see you shortly. Now, bro, as a coach, are you a defensive coach, offensive coach, or a position coach? What do you do, coach?
I'm a defensive-minded coach.
You a defensive-minded now? Yeah,
I play corner. I play cornerback. That's my position that I play myself. Yes.
Okay. Now, what influence as a defensive coach did you carry with you from what you learned while playing at Annapolis Md?
What influence did I carry? Good question. To always have that intensity. If I could describe it in one word, to stay locked in and stay intense. And that's why defense works so well with me, because I have such a motor that's so hard to turn off that defense is the best place to put me on. So if I had to guess, it's intensity. I love the intensity. I love the physicality. I love what defense brings. So that's why I love defense so much right there, man.
Yeah. At any time, did you attempt to try to use a gap six or a split six?
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes.
So now you are a teacher and a motivator, man, and a lot of kids that came through your system reach back to you for advice or whatever. How do you feel when that happens, Coach?
Oh man, that's a great question. I tell a lot of people, you know, for me, one of the most gratifying things as coaching is to see one of my former players 4, 5, 6 years later in Walmart or wherever, and I see them doing good. I'm a happy man when I see that, because I know they've gone on doing better things. And to rewind it back, I still currently have a couple NFL former and current NFL players that reach back to me now. So I stay in touch with my, you know, a lot of them reach back to me, but some of them are so busy that I have to tap into their parents to check in and see what they're doing. You know, but yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, my brother. Now, Silk, Simplify, my brother, always faithful. Welcome to the show. Tracy Fish, welcome to the show. And Josephine, hey, look, I don't want to mess that last name up. You know,
Macias.
Macias. All right.
No,
all right.
Macias. Macias.
Welcome to
Now y'all know why you
See us.
yeah. Macias.
welcome to the show. Hey, on you, Raj.
See, now y'all know why Army used to copy off my paper in the 3rd grade. Hey, Kenny, you saw how when he stuck, he looked right at my block, right? He knew I was gonna back him up. That's my brother. You know I'm gonna back him up. Yeah, but that's Macias. That's how you pronounce that. You know, looking at all your accolades and everything, and you coach football and basketball. I know this is my new question right here. You know, but what were the similarities between the two, and which one was your favorite?
The similarities is, again, intensity. You know, anybody that know how I coach and what I bring to the table, I expect for you to bring that intensity. There's a saying that I got, if a coach has more intensity than you, you've already lost. That's what I tell my players. If I come to practice with more intensity than you, you've already lost. So we try to set that bar where we want them being excited, and, no matter whether I'm coaching basketball, football, baseball, or whatever, I demand that intensity, be there. That's very important to me. I'd rather take 5 players for basketball purposes. I'd rather take 5 players that aren't that good, but have so much intensity and energy versus 5 that think they're really them. I'll take that all day.
That's good.
And I promise you we'll be competitive too. Absolutely.
That's awesome. And that's good. Now, like I was looking at, and all of the spots that you traveled, man, which one was your favorite? Don't say Napa's gone. We already know that, but I'm talking about the other places.
Florida.
What you and Kenny gonna stop all that damn time.
Florida.
Army happy now. So y'all done made Army happy. But, what about Florida? Is it the weather, the people? What was it?
Definitely the weather. I love the people. I love my Haitian people down there. I love my Dominican people down there. It was a multitude of variety of different people there that was so intriguing to me that I loved it, and besides that, most importantly, man, that's got to be the best talented football players I've ever put my eyes on. I've seen a lot of top tier talent down there, and that's the best talent that I've seen thus far. Yeah.
You haven't seen this kid, Bryson Michael Salisbury yet, have you? People remember that name. That's my grandson. But
that's your grandson? Okay.
Just watch him. Armin met him, bad boy. But check this out. The only blot I saw on your resume, it said, maybe I misread it or something, because I didn't have my glasses on. It said you was a Steeler fan. I'm like, so now I kept looking, but it stayed on there. No matter how many times I tried to delete it, it stayed on there. Because I'm a Ravens fan. So I'm what's the problem is? What's going on?
I grew up, of course, my whole family is Raven fans. Of course. Here's the story behind that. Here's the story behind that. I grew up a Baltimore Colt. I remember going up on 33rd Street seeing Lydell Mitchell and them.
There you go.
I'm still in my feelings with the Irsay family for them leaving us.
Oh yeah. That did
I'm still in my feelings about that. So, I told myself I can't see myself supporting another Baltimore team. Now, had they started from scratch, maybe. But the reality is the Baltimore Ravens are the Cleveland Browns.
They used to be, but I got where you're coming from.
So I can't do it. But shout out to the Ravens, though, because they're good. They're good. Yeah. Very solid.
And then I'm gonna let that go because we could argue about that Cleveland Brown crap all day, but I'm gonna let that go. And I'm gonna say this to everybody out there. D-Mac had a birthday not so long ago. Happy belated birthday, brother. I remember 100 years ago when me and Armin turned 21. So I know you're going through and enjoying it right now. And with that being said, we're gonna turn it over to your ace coon boom, Kenny.
My man. First of all, I see some names on here. Silk Sims, welcome. Hopsy Hudson, peace, love, and light. So proud of you, little bro. That must be somebody Daryl. Don McGee, my man, Megan Arrows. She says Arkansas needs to be your favorite. But big bro, Roger touched on it, and you and I talk a lot, and you've sent me pictures and a lot of things. You also were very involved in basketball.
Yes.
Out there in Arkansas. You sent me a picture of some guys. What are you? You like what? 6'1"?
6 foot.
You 6 foot. You sent me some guys that had to be taller than me, 6'7", 6'8", guys that you've been working with. Tell us a little bit about your basketball experiences out there in Arkansas.
Well, what I do is, I just try to go out and support the basketball team, when football season is over. And, we got they have a phenomenal basketball program as well as a phenomenal football program out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach HAAS and Springdale Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs. Yeah, man. And unfortunately, we lost in the States, but they got a phenomenal basketball program out there, man. They got some really talented hoopers out there, man. I will say that they got some serious hoopers out there, So, yeah, I don't coach the basketball team per se. I just be behind the scenes and support them when during my off season. Now, what I do is I coach a lot of college players that's returning home for the summer, and that's at the Springdale Recreational Center.
Those are the pictures you were sending me, yeah.
Yeah, I do that. Some former players that's in college, so. I mess around here and there, but as far as the other pictures of the tall giants, Kenny, that's at Springdale High School. Those are the big boys. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those guys you sent me was going. You say he was going to what Calipari?
Yeah, Isaiah. His name is Isaiah Sealy. He's already committed to the University of Arkansas. Keep your eye on him. That gentleman is he the real deal. He's a 5-star, #1 player in the state of Arkansas, and he just so happened to be at our high school.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. So what tell me some of the things you may be thinking about doing in the future. Are you thinking about making any moves, or you just weighing your options right now? What's next for Darryl McKinney?
Well, first of all, I'm honored and blessed to be able to be home and spend my 60th birthday with my family, man. That's most important,
Amen.
And
that's a blessing.
I got some things working, we working some things out behind the scenes, a possibility of me, coming back home and joining the staff here, at my alma mater and see if we can't get them cracking, So it's just a matter of tweaking a few little things, nothing is etched in stone. We working some things out, and it would be my honor. That's my dream spot right there, to come back home, actually. To coach on the sidelines with my alma mater. So we'll see. I'm going to leave that in the hands of the Most High. Wherever He want me at, I'm just a vessel. Wherever He want me at, that's what I'm going to do.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen. I wish you the best. It would be really, really well. It'd be really, really good to open up the newspaper, go online and look at the Evening Capital and see Darryl McKinney returns as a coach at Annapolis High School. That would be the full circle. You went from north to south,
yes, sir,
to the Midwest and back home. That would be running the gauntlet, the full circle, man. So I wish you all the best, bro. I wish you all.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
But I know being a multi-sport player, like most of Annapolis Garden players are, we play more than one sport. We play multiple sports. A lot of times at the same time, unlike Spa Road. But never mind that. I'm going to turn this back. You open the door, big bro. I had to walk in. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother.
Hey, Armand.
Well, look, I'm going to point out a living legend whose name you mentioned from Spa Road, and her name is Hopsy Hudson. She's going to be on the show in August. She's going to be a guest.
Okay.
Nobody shoot that rock the way she did. And she's a Johnson, Muskrat's sister. Yeah. So, and then I got to give a shout out to Ren D, man. Ren D is supporting us every Wednesday. Never miss a Wednesday, man. You talking about a #1 stunner? That's a #1 stunner right there.
Okay.
Okay. But now, Coach Mac, we got a brother, man, Dale Lambert, who he coaches down in Waldorf, but Annapolis High just wouldn't bring that brother back, man. He's getting ready to set the record as the winningest coach in high school history. You know, he now I say that to say this. You know, I would love to see you back. We all would love to see you back. But I even put a shout out to my son who coaches at Meade High School about you today. You see, so if Annapolis pull one of those Dale Lambert tricks, we're gonna work something out for you at Meade High, brother. You got that?
Yes, sir. We can talk.
So tell us about Darryl McKinney, the person, man. Tell us about the person. Let's get an inner look of you, man. Your likes, your dislikes, your ambition. You know, let's do it, man. Put it out there, bro.
Wow. I don't get a chance to get asked that question.
Go on, get it. Go on and get it.
I'm a simple man. I can't really, you know, I guess I'm an introvert, man. I'm a loner. I'm pretty much by myself. You know, I'm focused on me and things like that. But I go out and I enjoy myself and I hang out and I enjoy the community and I, you know, socialize and I, you know, things like that. But for the most part, I pretty much like to stay to myself and stay by myself. You know, I'm just one of those type of people where I thoroughly enjoy spending time just by myself. You know, focusing on myself, being with myself. You know, because there was a time where I didn't know how to do that. You know, so I had to work on that, and now I thoroughly enjoy that. But you know, for the most part, man, I'm no different than anybody else. I'm a family man. I come from a very loving, you know, family structured environment. I got a beautiful family around me, man. My mom, shout out to my mom, man. That's my heart, man. You know, without her, none of this be possible for me. She's my biggest cheerleader, you know, out of them all. So yeah, man, you know, she instilled all the good values in us, and you know, because I believe Kenny, I believe our generation is the last of the Mohicans that got that good strict stuff back when our parents, and he spoke about that earlier, where I can remember if I wasn't on that back step by Kenny, you know, next to Kenny Belt, when that light came on, you know, dust off, I was in trouble, man. And then if somebody down the street, mother would see me, I'm in trouble again. So so yeah, man. You know, I just try to thank the Most High for where I'm at today, man, and be grateful, man, and just be a vessel, man, and be of service and try to help somebody else, man. That's what I'm all about now, man. Is who can I be of service to, and what can I do to try to help elevate you? Because when I'm elevating others, they elevate me as well.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good. Shout out to my cousin Reno. Thanks for joining the show. Now, under your leadership as a defensive coach, have you developed any young Darryl McKinneys who are out there right now coaching?
Not yet. I at least I haven't reached back to some of my former players too much to see what their progress is. But as of currently, a lot of my former players and current players, they're still actively chasing their dreams. So none of them has hung their cleats up yet to take a stab on the sideline yet.
Awesome. All right. On that note, I'm going to turn it back over to Roger. And you know, this is good, bro. This is good. I'm very happy and proud of you, man. You know, this is very good. And you know, just opening yourself up says a lot about you, who you are. On you, Raj.
Yeah, and I'm a caveat on that. What Armin said, you know, we're very proud of you. We really are. But kind of know, I mean, I'm calling a spade, the political ramifications that always stayed around Annapolis High School. You know, but we would love to have you come back. You know, I don't know about that Fort Meade crap, but you know, we would love, you know, because you know, we would love to have you come back and coach. Of course, we're gonna be there watching, you know. And I mean, if your players get hurt, you need to throw somebody in there. You might have to put some pads and bring Armin out of retirement. I'm gonna tell you, Armin be the baddest guy out there for 1 minute. They ain't gonna be able to on 1 minute. A minute and one. Huh?
I can get them for a series of plays.
That's right.
One series.
Because when that 1 minute and 1 second kick in, oxygen, all that gonna need to come out. You're actually gonna have to bring him out in 58 seconds. You know. So with all the stuff and all the traveling that you have done and everything, and you said your ultimate goal is to come home and coach, and like I said before, we all would love that. I know your mom would, because you know, and if that don't work out per se, what is your backup plan? What is your next step?
Well, as I said, I'm home for enjoying my 60th birthday with my family, you know, and
Absolutely.
I'll be leaving next week to go back home to Arkansas, Springdale, where I'm currently living, and you know, get myself ramped up for the season. You know, time to get going when I get back, because they out there on breaks. By the way, can we give a quick shout out to Lakeside Junior High School? Quick shout out to Hermit, Blade, and Winter. Okay. So yeah, if all else fails, if things don't work out that will allow me to come back home and coach, I'll just keep moving forward. You know, it's a win-win for me. I'm still winning. I'm still winning. So it's a win-win. So, you know, again, we, you know, I let the Most High, you know, dictate that, and I'm ready. You know, whatever the Most High put me in path he put me in, I'm going that path.
Amen, bro.
And that's good. That's awesome. You know, because sometimes when we set our hopes on certain things, you know, things don't go the way we think they should go, we kind of back off the pushing part. You know, you got to always keep pushing.
Absolutely.
You can't. You got to do that grunt work. I was just telling my grandson that the other day, you know, because he works for this production company. He wants to be a director and all that, but he's complaining. He was complaining about the grunt work. So he had the opportunity to talk to Michael Bay, the guy that did Transformer. Michael Bay told him, you got to do the grunt work. He said, because I did a lot of grunt work until I got Transformers, you know, videos and all this other stuff. So you got to do the grunt work. And now, you know, Michael Bay, of course, he don't look for jobs. They call him. And so you obviously have done all the grunt work, because if you hadn't, you wouldn't be considered or have held those high positions that you have held in this athletic industry.
Yes, sir.
You know, so the grunt work is out there. We're going to be praying that you come back home. And remember, I was the first one to say I was going to pray for you. So I expect the 2X Annapolis shirt. So you don't have to get Armin and Kenny none, though. Because they didn't pray for you. They didn't say they was going to pray for you. I'm going to double up on it. I'm going to put you on a prayer line Sunday. So, you know, I might need a hoodie to go with that. So I'm going to go on and turn it over to Kenny.
Okay.
Welcome back, Sergeant Major. I love you, brother. You are the Segway king. Let me tell you. But Daryl, just to piggyback off of what my two big brothers said, man, about how very proud we are of your accomplishments, and you already know because you and I talked. And I think this was when both of us were still living in Florida. Coaching is something. Coaching basketball is something I want to do. I've been wanting to do for so long. I got so much to share. But career-wise, profession-wise, I just don't have the time. And I think I expressed this to you that I'm so proud of, one, you having that time and having that opportunity, and two, the way you've taken advantage of it in Florida and now in Arkansas, and potentially, hopefully, prayers up and you coming back to finish off the circuit. So, again, just for the Legend Show, bro, we're just proud of you, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Proud
it.
of you. But I'm going to ask you a question, more along a serious note. As a coach and coaching young players, like you said, in basketball and predominantly in football, tell us a little bit about the importance of sports for younger children, having them in a structured environment as opposed to being out doing whatever. Just give us a little insight on it. And they don't have to be a star. They don't have to be the greatest player, as long as they're there participating in something and feeling as though they're a part of something, staying out of trouble. So tell us a little bit about how you feel about that.
So
you had someone that you probably saved.
So I'm glad you asked me that. Yeah, you know, it teaches the kids structure, discipline, unity, feeling a part of, you know, because a lot of kids, sometimes in most situations, they don't have any mentor at home or even in their community. So they come to the football field, and that's almost like family. So it's very important that we create a family structure environment, and it seems to gravitate and it's addictive, and they doing some good stuff out there. Really doing some good stuff out there in Springdale, at Springdale High and Lakeside. I got a few gentlemen out there, a few young kids out there that are not in a good particular situation. But what's so impressive to me is they keep showing up, and they just keep showing up. Things like that. That's what I'm impressed with. You could be the less skilled person or whatever the case, but you just keep showing up. And that's that drive right there. You either have that drive and determination or you don't have it, and we try to, over there, we try to, instill all that in the kids and show them that, we care, we really care, and we care about their progress and things like that. So, yeah, man, it's a good thing, man. We're doing some good stuff out there, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And it also builds, for me, when I played and coaching, the camaraderie was always something for me, joking with the brothers before the game, after the game. I don't know if you remember, we all used to get together. And you mentioned Marcel Colbert. We talk all the time. Me and Marcel talk more about playing football over Germantown than we do about basketball. I don't know if you remember.
Wow.
The old, there's a school there now. The old field where St. Mary's lacrosse team used to play and T-Birds and all that.
Yes.
We used to have some of the biggest and best impromptu football games, the Turkey Bowl.
Yes.
I remember one day it snowed. We were probably playing about 14 on 14. Whoever showed up and the team was even, get on the field. It was people everywhere, bro, but that's what it was all about. Yes. It was all about camaraderie, talking trash, and who will get the biggest hit, and I juked you. That's what it was all about. And I think that's missed so much in today's world. It needs to be brought back.
Yes.
But a quick question, as a coach, tell me, what is one of your pet peeves? What a player can do to get under your skin to make you like,
not come to practice.
Yeah.
Period. You can't do anything with you if you don't come to practice.
Yeah.
That really fires me up. And then goofing around. And I'm sure the players that might be watching, they know what I'm talking about. I like to seem to focus. I focus on those things in practice, while the other coaches are coaching and doing other different things. I like to focus on catching all the ones that's messing around. I love to catch them. And that gives me, and the reason why I say that gives me the perfect opportunity to then launch my ministry, because I can shoot them out. Because one of my mottos is, if you're going to tear a kid down, please have a plan in place to build them back up. Yeah.
Amen, brother.
So it's okay to chew them out, but you surely better have a plan. Love one. You can love hard and love easy. So, you have to balance both of them. So that's what I try to do, man. But that's one of my pet peeves, man. Kenny, I don't play that. Don't come to practice. They know that I'm in your butt. If you don't come to practice, I'm in your butt. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. That's what up. So tell me about your coaching. Do you watch a lot of film? Do you do a lot of scouting? Do you sit back, watch film, and have practices with the scout team, running other plays, or y'all just take it as it comes?
No, we look at film.
Mm-hmm.
We would, before the break took place, we were currently doing 7-on-7s with various other junior highs and high schools and things like that. So we definitely look at film and everything like that. I myself, I like to be a support coach, and what that means is I like to keep the kids laser focused on the sidelines. Again, I focus on that because I hear a lot of chatter on the sidelines from the kids who desire to get in, but yet they're on the sideline, and that gives me an opportunity to explain to them why they're on the sideline in hopes that I can light a fire so they can then be out on the field. So yeah, it's I just can't really express how much of a blast I'll be having, man. It's all good, man. I love it, man. I love what I do. I'm blessed, and grateful by the Most High to give me the time to do this. You know, I love it, man.
Yeah. It's like a great mentor, brother. It's like a great mentor. In Arkansas, is high school football like Florida? Like my son he's been playing since. I mean, they scrimmage and play like all year round. Out of a 12 months, 10 months they're on the football field doing something, conditioning, 7-on-7s, like you mentioned. That's what made me think about it. Is it the same way in Arkansas?
You do know I'm being watched, right, Kenny? I knew you was gonna ask me. Hey man, I'll say this. It's a lot of talented kids out there in Arkansas. Definitely a lot of talented kids.
See that?
We have this one kid now out there that's being recruited by Navy. His name is Carlson Hayter. He's being recruited, but in fact, he not too long ago came back from a visit in Navy Academy. So I don't know if he's made his decision yet to take the offer. I don't know that part yet, but it's a lot of talent out there in Arkansas. And if you want me to shift the focus to Florida, we know the 3 best states in the United States that produce football players is Florida, California, and Texas.
That's it, baby.
Let's just be real. We do.
That's it.
Doesn't minimize these other states that do have talent. And speaking on that, it doesn't matter where you at. You can be found, no matter where you at. You can be found. Florida, wow, Kenny, I've seen all the top talent that you guys see on TV every Sunday. I saw them in high school.
Uh-huh.
To name some of the lists, Geno Smith, Lamar Jackson, Denard Robinson. I saw Santonio Holmes, Anquan Bolden. I saw all these people in high school long before they, went off. Teddy Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw all these people in high school. Some of them I coached on against. So, yeah.
You notice 2 of those guys you called off was Ravens, right? But I ain't starting.
Yeah, no. I ain't get Santonio. He was a Steeler.
Yeah, but that's one.
All right. My bad. Okay. You win.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, man. Arkansas, like I said, it's a lot of talent out there, man. We got a great head coach out there, Coach Hobbs, that's doing some real great things with them kids out there. I'm loving what he's doing. I support everything, and I'm there. He knows I'm there. I got his back on anything that I can do, assist him too, along with the other coach, Coach Schick, and the rest of the staff out there. I love them, man. They welcome me in, and they treat me like family, and and I love that. I love the Bulldog family. Yeah,
that's awesome, brother. I wish you continued success. I mean, you got everything going in the right direction. Hopefully, you'll make it home and fulfill your dream. But if not, like you said, keep pushing. You got a lot of good things going on. And God bless you, brother. I'm turning it back over to Big Bro.
Thank you, man.
So big shout out to Tony Pratt. Her and her husband was on the show last week, man. Powerhouse couple. Started out with Tony, then her husband ended up with her. Shout out to Tay Murray. Is that your family member, Daryl?
Dante.
Tay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Dante Murray.
You got, man, I tell you, man, your family was coming out in full numbers when they found out you were coming on, man. Marsha Jordan Barnes, that's your cousin.
Yeah. First cousin, yeah. Marsh.
First cousin, yeah. Jeff Jacobs.
Jeff and Jay. First cousin.
First cousin, man.
Family.
These guys were just putting comments out there. I think Jackie McLaurin is on the show tonight. Michael Hicks, thanks for joining the show. He's the one responsible for our legends from the past and future of the male, female, and future legend of the year plaques. Welcome to the show. Daryl, what I want to do, man, I'm going to allow you to leave an encouraging word to everyone out there that's viewing. And if you're out there on YouTube, subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the show. Also, before you give your words of encouragement, you know, we hit a milestone over the weekend. We have over 500,000 viewers. We have we closing in on,
Yeah, brother.
we probably have 65,000 followers as of tonight till I check, but we're closing in on 70. So I'm going to give away a merchandise tonight. I'm going to give away a merch. Before I do that, now, you know what? I want you to hold on to that right now, Daryl. We're going to come back to it, okay? And you're going to close the show out with your encouragement. Yes. But before we get to that, I'm going to put my number in a chat box here. Deja, hit our music, Deja. Now, this is my number. The fourth caller who can tell me where Coach McKinney is coaching at now. Fourth caller. I will give you a merchandise tonight. It could be I don't know. It could be a hoodie. It could be a hat. It could
I'm calling right now.
The fourth caller.
I guess I can't participate.
The fourth caller, 240-603-1743. It's right there on the screen. The fourth caller will win a merchandise.
So members of the show can't participate?
You're the first caller.
You know, that's a little bit prejudice to me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody.
Brother, you're the second caller.
Yeah. So D-Mac, you in Annapolis right now, ain't you?
I'm in Glen Burnie.
You in Glen Burnie? Oh, you're up the street from me. I'm in Pasadena.
Yeah, I'm in Glen Burnie.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're still in Annapolis, right?
Tell them to hang up and call back.
We have a winner. We have a winner, the legendary Hopsy. Congratulations, Hopsy.
I'm gonna set that up, man. That's a spiral.
We have a winner.
That's that Spy Road thing, right? Wow, right in our face.
Spy Road.
Matter of fact, I counted 20 times he told somebody they was too early. He said you was the number 2 caller 5 times.
And he did it right in our face, Command Sergeant.
Right in our face. You know that's some Spy Road stuff.
Cool. Hey, thanks for support, man. Absolutely.
I heard him say you number 2 5 times. Come on, man.
All right, Hopsy, you too.
Somebody just called you Cat Daddy. They said, "Hey, Cat Daddy, keep up the good work." What's up, Cat Daddy? I ain't know that nickname, brother.
Whoa. Amy Bruner, whoever that is.
I'm gonna change your name on my phone when you call. So say Cat Daddy.
Oh,
Blue Diamond gonna have something to say about it.
sure.
Oh man, that's about Amy Bruner.
Hey, so Daryl, the floor is yours, my brother. What encouraging word you want to leave with anyone out there who is aspiring to become a coach, or whatever you want to say, brother? It's on you. The floor is yours.
Give it up, Cat Daddy.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for bringing me on the show and inviting me, brother. It was I'm honored, brother. Extremely humble. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I appreciate the welcome and the experience. I just want to start out by giving the Most High all the blessings, man. Because if it wasn't for the Most High, none of this would be possible. I can't thank just my family enough, man, for the warm welcoming and all the love that they've given me since I've been here, man. Love is love, man. Love is love, man. We could easily talk about so many things, man. We gotta, like I know, like everybody else know that's looking at this, we got a lot of chaos and craziness that's going on in the world, man. You know, and I think we need to channel that focus on some love and stuff like that, man. Come together and see how we can unify, man, instead of dividing and everything like that, man. I'm excited, man. Anybody that aspires to coach, wow. What I can say is I encourage you, chase that dream. If you can dream it, then you can live it.
Absolutely.
If you can dream it, you can live it. But again, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all for inviting me on, man, and I'm honored, man, and I'm blessed, man. Thank you, man.
It's a pleasure having you, brother.
Roger, you got anything you want to say to the brother?
Yeah, man. We super proud of you, man. We really are. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to put you on the prayer list and everything. I noticed Kenny tried to jump on that a little bit. He still don't get no shirt, no. But, you know, and we're going to see you. We're going to claim that. We're going to see you coaching on the sidelines. It's going to be a cold day out there because it's cold up here for football. You know that. And I'm going to have on my shirt and my hoodie. And, and I'm going to be sitting right up there cheering you on, man. Thanks so much for coming. It was an honor and privilege to have.
Thank you, man.
Kenny?
My brother, we talk all the time. It was good seeing you. When I heard that you were coming on and you wanted to be a part, I was here, brother.
Thank you, man.
Man, it was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you and to have you share your story in front of a lot of people, like a lot of things that you and I talk about now. A lot of people know of all the positive things that you're doing, all the great things that you have done, and all the great things that you are going to do, brother. Like Command Sergeant Major said, we're going to claim this. We're going to see you on the sidelines at Annapolis High School. And that's just the way it's going to be, man. Thank you for your time, brother. I love you. And I'm going to talk to you in a couple of days.
Love you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, I got to give it back. I got to echo everything that was said, man. I thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being open. You know, that's what this show is all about, bro. It's your story. You know, it's not our story, it's your story, and you did it. You shared it, bro. And I appreciate that. Everyone out there, come back next week. We got another exciting show. We're going to have the CEO of Free State Distillery Incorporated. This is a Black-owned spirit company, and Roger and myself got a chance to really experience what they have, their products, at a golf tournament a few weeks ago. Man, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We sipping what they had, man.
Great.
Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Armin was sipping. I was drinking.
Hey, but come back next week to another great show, everybody. Peace.
Peace, everybody.